Hi everybody, hi Tamar. So Jaime, what will we see of Jaime?
Let's talk about Jaime.
The son of Tywin motherfucking Lannister.
The eldest son.
The eldest son, the heir, the handsome, privileged, spoiled brat,
Yeah.
Jaime.
A jock.
Incestuous motherfucker.
Oathbreaker.
Oathbreaker! He tried to kill a 10-year-old boy. This is the Jaime we're talking about, an all-around douche.
But we love him.
We love him.
Yeah.
Awesome character. Awesome guy. Awesome guy. Why do we love him?
Because now he's on a road to redemption.
Maybe we love him because he's actually a much more complex character than this all-around asshole.
Yeah. His assholeness, his doucheness, his overconfidence came from the fact that he was the ultimate fighter.
Best knight in the kingdom.
No, Barrington Selmy is Barrington Selmy. But then he was castrated.
Castrated.
He was castrated, he was neutered. His masculinity, his phallic powers, using his right hand with the sword, fighting all other phallic dicks, was taken away from him.
Right.
So
this
now,
is the whole being with his right hand.
Yeah.
It's like a superstar athlete being on a wheelchair. His whole being was being awesome physically.
was neutered, neutralized his power.
Politically and emotionally.
He was already castrated politically.
Right. Okay. So maybe the fact that he was in the King's Guard, where he cannot be the heir to Tywin or produce heirs, it was kind of a foreshadowing for this castration. Because also, like in season 1, you could he loves Cersei, and Cersei, he's married to another man. That's very emasculating.
And also, let's not forget the fact that he's a twin brother. He has an identical female twin.
Right.
And even though Tyrion is the horizontally challenged of the family, and he's left out and ridiculed by his halfmanness, he is the one that is called a dwarf and a halfman.
A half-man.
Jaime is the true halfman, because a lot of his decisions, a lot of his choices are made in order to please his sister lover.
His better half, his worse half, actually.
In other words, the chopping of his hand made him whole. Because this is
Broke the cycle of him with Cersei.
it broke his identity as a fighter, as the ultimate fighter, and now he needs to fill this void by his personality and his commitment, maybe, to a new set of values and vows
Right. He has to recreate himself.
that he had rejected before because he had the confidence of being
Right.
the son of Tywin and the lover of Cersei.
Right. The
And
most
this-
beautiful woman in the land,
And
whatever.
this ultimate fighter, now he needs to fill this void and become whole for the first time.
And he actually, you can say that Jaime started his redemption story when he murdered the Mad King, because everybody blamed him for being a kingslayer. And he knew that for a king's guard to kill the king, that's like an unforgivable act of treason.
Yeah.
And why did he do that? He only did it when he heard that the king was going to kill the people and burn them all. He didn't do it when he was in war with his father and he took the blame upon himself, and he didn't even try to tell the people, hey, believe me, I had reasons.
And when the self-righteous prick
Ned motherfucking
Stark,
Stark.
you killed the king, so now you have to pay for it.
Yeah, fuck you.
I need to be
blame
true
me.
to myself only.
Right.
So telling something about his
Right.
inability to communicate.
And also about an inner strength.
yeah.
I'm really intrigued by this character, because even though he was a winner before, he was also kind of a disappointment to his father. He didn't fulfill everything that he had to do. Even before losing his hand, he lost in battle and he was captured. He wasn't that big of a winner even before, and also it kind of symbolizes what happened to him, how youth and success are fickle.
Yeah.
Like, everybody can relate to his hand being chopped off by a crazy maniac with a sword. So, I don't know, he's very relatable.
Yeah.
Thinking that way. Okay, so what will we see from Jaime in season 6?
I think he will be in conflict between his loyalty to his sister and
The Queen Regent.
and his son, maybe.
Right.
The loyalty to the family, loyalty to that, and he will have to choose between that and loyalty to his new set of values and new way of redemption, like
Because
new road to redemption.
Because he ended last season on his way on a boat with his dead daughter Myrcella and her live husband Dornish Trystane.
The reason he went to Dorne is to reestablish the connection with his daughter, you know.
That didn't work out that well because now she's dead. So Cersei will maybe blame him and she will want to avenge the death of her daughter, probably by trying to kill Trystane. So maybe he will object to that because of the new set of values.
Yeah, I can see him acting like a responsible adult, like telling her, you know, it's not so wise because it will rise dawn against us and it's a fickle time. And let's not forget that his daughter was in love with Trystane.
Right. So maybe he will be torn between being loyal to Cersei and being loyal to his dead daughter, dying wishes, whatever, of not hurting that boy that had nothing to do with it.
This is the interesting part about Jaime as a character.
In season 6.
And as a whole, like he's, in terms of politics and fantasy, I don't see him play a big role in that. He's like a symbol to this, the decline of the privileged nobility.
Right.
Like, you know...
He symbolizes this privilegedness.
Exactly. Beautiful. From the right family. Great fighter.
Right.
Great lover.
Right.
Big sword.
There was like Ned's big sword and he's got like a little bit smaller sword.
Yeah, but it's not the size, you know.
It's how you use it, the sword.
Yeah.
Okay. How will he resolve this conflict between his newfound ideals and his loyalty to Cersei?
It already happened something like that in the books.
Right,
That,
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, that he was confronted with a choice, leaving everything and go back to help Cersei, or to be true to himself and to abandon her.
And what did he choose?
And be true to his newfound role as the head of the King's Guard.
With their white robes.
With the white, pure robe.
But in the show, it's a little bit different. He went to Dorne, so how do you see that translated in the story, in the show?
We know shit is going to happen.
In King's Landing,
in King's Landing, we know about Cersei, about her madness and about her complacency, maybe after she will
beat the Tyrells.
Beat the Tyrells and beat the Faith or something like that.
In some way, right?
Yeah. There will be a moment when Cersei will badly need his help.
Okay.
Even though he's not so accomplished now as a fighter because he's a cripple. And he will abandon her.
He will abandon her in her time of need.
Yeah, I see that happen.
He will have to be in kind of a fuck you state of mind.
Yeah, and also I can see the building up to this fuck you moment.
Okay.
By him meeting his cousin and hearing about her sexual exploits while he was in jail, you know. When he was serving time, she slept around with the cousin, with the wimpy cousin, with the cheap imitation to him.
Right.
So it didn't play out in the show yet.
Right. So he was jealous.
And there is a trial coming up, and accusations, and he will hear about that, and it will be something like a breaking moment for him, and say, okay, I was a slave to you. I was a half man because of you.
Right.
And now, in order to be whole, I will need to abandon.
The way I see this fuck you moment is that I don't think there will be like an enormous confrontation where he will storm out and leave. I think if we translate it from the books, it will be more quiet and like resolved. Like he sees something happening, maybe the Faith going to take over the keep.
Professional. He will stick to being professional.
Right. Maybe the Faith will try to take over the Red Keep or whatever, and he will see that and he will just turn around and walk away. Just walk away.
He will cut the cord.
Cut the cord. And I have another bold prediction for Jaime, not only for season 6, but beyond. I think that his redemption story will end up with him as a king, as a knight of the Queen's Guard of Sansa, being an honorable, truly honorable, honest, and humble knight. Someone that people can admire now for the good reasons, because I don't think that his death will serve a purpose in the story, but him being a one-handed knight that people respect. And now he's remember in season 4 there was like this book, the history of the King's Guard, and his page was empty, but now it won't be empty. But it won't. So he won't be a hero in the way that he wanted to be before. He will be a hero because of who he truly is, not for the roll of the dice of the genes that he got all his privileges.
So basically, you're saying Sansa is going to forgive him for trying to murder her brother.
Yes. So if you agree or disagree, you can mention that in the comments below. If you enjoy our videos, you enjoy our videos, right? If you're watching this, you like what we do, you want to help us, please help us. There's a link in the description to our Patreon page. We have a lot of extra perks and content for the patrons. Check it out. Subscribe to get our next videos about season 6, and remember to watch our episode reviews during the season. We're going to do a lot of content during the season. So, bye everybody. We'll see you next time.